Hi guys, welcome back to Pokemon Leafgreen, and it feels incredibly strange to even say that, because as of right now, that was the first time I've said that probably since 2 years ago. Because I wasn't able to record any of this. I wasn't able to record Leafgreen at all, much less access the ROM for like 2 years or something. Or I don't know how long, but it was certainly a long freaking time. Because the computer that I'm using right now was taken off for like so long. And that sucks. Not just because I wasn't able to record Leafgreen, but because of how I had RPG Maker on this thing too, so I wasn't able to work on EverQuest either. And that really sucks. Like, not being able to work on your IP, your project, that is really awful. That's putrid. But I got it back on the 20th, I think it was the 23rd, the 23rd of December 2017, and last time I recorded, or it even posted the last Leafgreen video. In fact, I'm gonna check right now, as a matter of fact. When was the last time I've recorded Leafgreen? I got DeviantArt notification. Nice. But when was the last Leafgreen that I've recorded and put up? Let's get it up, because this definitely needs sorting out. Okay, Punches in the Mind, that was the last one. Punches in the Mind came out on the 22nd of December, 2015. This project, and I'll call it a project because it actually is a project, but this project has been going on has been put on hold, for over 2 years. And that is insane to think about. Now, you're probably wondering why I didn't act like this in the previous 2 episodes, but that's because those 2 episodes were long-lost episodes. They were recorded back in 2015 and early 2016. But I figured I might as well post those before posting this. But it is so good to be back. I was so happy when I got this laptop back. It was absolutely insane. I just couldn't believe it. I legitimately thought that Leafgreen would never be completed, that I have lost the file permanently. And I don't think I've ever told anyone on camera why the laptop was taken away, or why I couldn't get on the laptop to begin with, but it's a very long story that covers a lot of personal crap, and I don't think Leafgreen is the place to tell that story, unfortunately, because I don't want to bring matters into this run, or matters like that. And between this episode and the last time I uploaded, so many things have happened. For starters, obviously the elephant in the room is that I've actually took art as a sort of strong hobby at this point. I can draw, and that's great. I'm a viable artist at this point. Not back then, because back then the best thing I could come up with was freaking on par with the Cruise comics, and that doesn't count. But But yeah, now I can actually come up with some decent artwork, like vectors, but I'll post a link to my DeviantArt in the description probably, but where you can find a lot of my artwork. I post Pokemon there sometimes, but not a lot, but yeah, that's one thing that I've been working on for the past 2 years. 2 years! Like, seriously, boy, how could you work for that long for something? Well, I didn't even work, it's just that I couldn't work on this, so that I just had to preoccupy my time with something else. I couldn't work on EverQuest or this project, so I just decided to try and up my skill set, and that's basically what I ended up doing. I mean, apart from my other things, I guess I could also mention that I've met an extremely awesome person by the name of 5 months Wen. Believe me when I say that he was extremely supportive in in those very dark times where I didn't have a laptop or a system. He was the source of many laughs and funny happenings. And I actually met him in a race. Well, see, the thing is, I don't think this has ever been public, except for like the Charmander video, which I'll also maybe link in the description if I don't forget. But damn it, no one does Rock Smash. That's fine. I don't need whatever's behind there anyway. But after the last Leaf Green episode was posted, I got an invitation to a race, to like participate in a race of Pokemon Generation 1, more specifically Red version, and I accepted, and I've practiced. Unfortunately, the race never came to fruition, and that sucks. That really does suck. I love to race. I love to be part of that race, and that race was good, by the way. But I'll get to that in a second. The race was going to be between me, 5 months Wen, and another person that I won't name for reasons. And let me tell you, that race was fun. So many good things have happened in that race. Like, during that race, I've never played Pokemon Gen 1 before in my life before that race, except for, you know, the practice that we've had, but, you know, that barely counts. But I did extremely well on that race. In fact, if it wasn't for one specific blunder that was not really my fault, I would have won that race. Because during that race I was very ahead, but I didn't realize that you could go through Dark Cave without Flash, so I spent time getting Pokemon for Flash. And well, I'm pretty sure you can tell what happened then. The other person, he caught up with me, and because this other person chose Charmander. See, that's another thing. We all chose different starters. I chose Squirtle, another chose Bulbasaur, and another chose Charmander. And surprisingly enough, the guy who chose Charmander was the one who caught up with me. The other person who chose Bulbasaur, they were trying to train up a Magikarp. Like, what the fuck, man? Why would you do that in a race? Why would you train a Magikarp in a race? My basic strategy was to basically get Nidoking as soon as possible, because I've seen that strategy used by hello Jack, but I have seen that strategy used by Worcester a long time ago, and I thought it was a neat strategy. And I guess I just emulate it. Sorry about the disturbance. I just had to close my door because the dog entered my room. I need to change Pokemon now, but I've seen Worcester use that strategy of basically dumping your starter in favor of Nidoking, and it worked out really well for him, and sure enough, it worked out good for me too. With Nidoking, I was able to completely bust through the entirety of the game in like no time at all. Well, not no time at all, but I pretty much aced through all of the trainers, and that's probably what gave me such a massive advantage, because the other person, the guy who used Bulbasaur, they also had a good advantage as well, because, you know, Bulbasaur had type advantage on, you know, Misty, which is the second gym leader, and the early game is probably the most important part of all in a Pokemon speedrun, mostly because, I should be using Metronome. But yes, the early game is the most important part of Pokemon, because it's so easy to, like... It's a lot more... When you're weaker, it's... Oh, Mega Drain, nice! But when you're so much weaker, there's a lot less room for error. Especially in Generation 2 and, I think it's 3 or 1. Because the generations back then were much harder. I don't know what weird moves, but the generations were much more... Oops! were much more cruel to, like, early game players. And the dog doesn't like it when I record. But yeah, I went and got like 10 Pokemon or something just for Flash, and that was great. That was a blunder on my part, but it didn't cost me the race. I was literally neck and neck with 5-Matuen, who was the guy who chose Charmander, by the way. And we were competing very closely. In fact, I'm pretty sure he was just done with Rocket Base, and I was almost done with it. And I may have won that race, which would be extremely impressive, given that... Well, I've never played Gen 1 before, and that's great. I'm sorry I haven't been talking much on Leafgreen, but I think I owe you guys a good recap or an explanation as to what's going on. This laptop probably has also ran into some deterioration, mostly from... You know why? Because it's been in storage for so long. No, I want to fight the trainers. Of course, there's no point in fighting the trainers because I'm already OP as Fook. Like, why would I? I'm just fighting trainers just to stall the time to tell the story. But yeah, that race was fantastic. I loved every second of it. Unfortunately, we never got to the end. I made it up to, I believe, the rocket hideout, and so did the other person in the race, I believe. But with the third person, like, just making it to just getting out of Mount Moon. And that was some hilarious happenings in that race too. I remember when I got to Lavender Town and I asked for directions, because I'm a retard, but I asked for directions and they said, go right. And and obviously if you know this game at all, well, I'll show you right now on the map, just in case you forgot. As you can see, yeah, here we go. As you can see, you can't go right on Lavender Town because there's nothing there. And I was so mad when they suggested that. I was like, yeah, I'll just go on the... Hey, wait a minute! And then we just went on about why I should go there and how and all of the methods I could take to go there. One of them being was to go down to the Snorlax, which was also a hiker, and learn how to be a hiker from that Snorlax. so that I could go right and do whatever it is I need to do there. That was funny. Believe me, so much has happened, and of course, so much has happened in the span of 2 years. I mean, we had 2016 was an absolute shit year, and we also had 2017, which was arguably more shit than 2016. My God. I hope I didn't leave anything out of that race story either, because I hate it. I hate if I just watch this later when I post it and I see that, oh, I forgot to mention this thing about the race. Well, fuck me then. Like, God. That made me so mad too, because that was such a good nostalgia trip, you know. It really is a good nostalgia trip. I love that race. Whew. I believe I also had a drowsy in that race because, you know, for Flash. If I had known that you could go through Dark Cave without Flash, I probably would have won that. But thanks to the kind contestants not telling me about it, well, I couldn't exactly do it, you know. Is acid the one that always lowers defense, or is that acid spray? Okay, no, it's Maylower. Rewatch. I've actually been rewatching some of the videos of this as well, just for memories, and I found that I have fast forwarded way too much. I apologize for anyone that was annoyed by the copious amount of fast forwarding I've done for this project, and believe me, it was driving me just as mad as it was you. But I am so happy that I was able to get this computer back, because that means I'm able to not only finish Leafgreen, but also move on to other projects, which is really what I'm really anxious about doing, because, you know, well, they're probably not. The others are probably aren't going to be others aren't probably going to be projects. There's one thing I'm going to do that involves RPG Maker, and that would be what was it again? Oh, right. I'm going to play a really horrible game at the request of the person who made it. I'm not going to say who it is or why they made. I'm not going to say who made the game. They've made sure to omit themselves to say anonymous, and I would honestly be anonymous too if I made a game that awful. Well, not really. I mean, EloQuest, the EloQuest demo still exists, and you can still download it at this moment from my channel. I've listed it. EloQuest demo. Warning, it sucks. You can get that too, but I strongly advise you against getting it, because that EloQuest demo was shite. Honestly, there's not much that's salvageable from it, except for the tile sets, because, you know, they're simple, and I can sprite now, so I can just basically swag up the tile sets that were bad. Oh, confusion. So many water Pokemon here, man. Give me something interesting. Give me a bug type, you know. I love a bug type now. At this stage, I'm probably not going to fast forward at all much. And I'm going to keep my word. I'm not going to be part of Project Hypocrite. Hashtag Project Hypocrite. No. Don't expect that. But I am just generally going to try my best to keep my words when it comes to this now, because this wasn't a bad LP. It was surprisingly good considering how early I was in recording and making it and so far. Sucks that Now, I have some good news as well. Not only have I got this laptop back, but I'm also gonna get a new one. I'm gonna get an extremely awesome laptop. I'm gonna link it over in the description as well. So many things I'm gonna have to link over, man. Hope I remember. But it's called an MSI Apache, and that looks like a really good computer because it looks powerful. It's big enough. It's not big. It's not too big. It's not too small. It's perfectly sizey for me. It's pretty much perfect for what I want to do anyway because it's powerful. Well, power isn't everything, but it looks cool. It feels good. It's at an ideal size. It's powerful. It's honestly anything I could ask for in a computer. I just need to. We've ordered it already, and it's gonna come in sometime. And I'm gonna be so happy when I get it because. Really? Really? You know what? I'm catching this. If it has clear body, it has clear body. Maybe it only triggers if you're draining it. It has clear body. Wow. Wait to show me a Pokemon that's better than mine game. I mean, not only is it at a high level, to insult me, it has the ability that's objectively better than mine. And that sucks. But I'm catching it anyway. I'm using the Master Ball. No. I'm using a Great Ball because I like the Great Ball. Great Balls look like... Are the Great Balls designed after Tentacle and Tentacle, I wonder? Because that'd be cool if they were. Because they have, blue and, red. They're, built for Tentacles and Tentacle, maybe. There's a Fisherman Standard Pokeball, maybe. I'm pretty sure Tentacle also has a really low catch rate. Actually, let me look it up while I try to catch it again. Well, thank you for being caught, but I'm still going to look up your catch rate. 60! I'll nickname it... No! I wanted to nickname it something... Well, maybe it's better that I don't nickname it that, because that's rude, but... Yeah, this has been... Oh my god, we've made it to Mount Moon. Oh, yes, we've made it to Mount Moon. Yeah, definitely to Omega. That's definitely what we have just done. But we've made it to Mount Chimney. Mount Ember. In the next episode, we're gonna climb Mount Ember and hopefully catch a Pokemon there. Not for the team or anything, but I catch a Pokemon for because I don't think we've caught a legendary yet, but we're gonna catch a legendary there. But yeah, thank you for watching. Thank you for putting up with this weird video, and yeah. Thanks so much for watching. Hopefully I'll be able to hope here's that I'll finish this project. But yeah, thanks for watching, and bye!